And welcome back, everyone, to the Roundtable Rumble Invitational here in Helsinki. I'll be your host, Hamming B, with Trollskill for the second part of these first winner rounds. I think if I'm
You're
correct.
my host now?
We are hosts.
I've been demoted, it seems like. Goddamn.
Well, I mean, we are hosts, aren't we?
Yeah, we're hosts together.
I
I like that, actually. And of course, we have our lovely pleasure collector, Arthur, and all the rest
and
are going to be here.
obviously, and all the other crew, as you can see. The more time I spend here, the more plushes we got. So I'm expecting a bit more later on today. But for now, we already had a lot of good matches, and we are going to go back into the fight, because we're going to have who against who?
It's going to be our good guy Ton against Ramustelija coming in here. So it is going to be Palutena versus either Sora or Cloud, because that is what Ramu plays. A little bit of a duo main coming in, and they're going to start off with the Cloud. So Norway against Finland here. This is still winners round one. So we're still very early in the bracket, but we've already had some bangers.
Yeah, I did. We decided to stream all the matches, because obviously this is Invitational. You want to see all of these players one after the other. Here we have a Cloud against Palutena, a game against two characters that are not in the fight, but I am honestly surprised and quite pleased by what we have here.
Let's see how this plays out. I mean, both of these characters are, you know, a thing of their time, I would say. You know, Smash 4 Cloud was like
I get you.
one of the best things, and now it's Palutena. You know, it's a little bit of the old versus new, it feels like. But let's not get it twisted. Like, Cloud in this game, still insane.
Yeah, again, I do agree, and well, both of these players have the tools to just gain damage on the opponent. However, there's something that may be annoying for Ramustelija here. It's going to be the recovery, because Ton can go down there and know him with those fair just to get him out of the stage and not getting back there anymore. So for now, as you can see, this is the first set. This is the first game of the set. So they are going to like try to get used to the opponent here. A classic down throw into back here. If you do the bad DI, you're going to get punished for it.
I was about to say, which shouldn't be true, but Ramu doesn't seem, wasn't quite aware of it, or maybe not as fast on the fingers in this particular regard. Where
he was surprised.
Yeah, missed the DI just a little bit, but that little bit is going to cause you to lose your stock, because that should never be true, but it was.
I mean, honestly, you would have taken it in the face already.
Oh, for sure. Like, yeah, no, I'm not talking about it. I'm talking the levels that the players are playing, but that level is going to get upped right now, because Ramu is connecting that nice limit cross slash right there.
Another option, like an automatic option on the side of Ton, going for the grab to shield again. And well, we know that Ramus has those safe options while landing, specifically that back here. And this is kind of the one trick you get to use to get used to in your set, because otherwise you're going to get punished at one time after the other. And look at that, already all the advantage he had disappeared, only 40% ahead.
Yeah, I love how Ramu is using the limit and using the limit versions of the special moves. But Ton with the trump into the jump call out back air.
Exactly.
Lovely stuff, like he buffered that jump.
You don't know you don't know to lead your opponent when you can just cover the panic option, which was the case here.
Dude, usually my panic option is roll, but apparently for better players it's jump, it feels like. And, you know, Ton being very aware of that, as Ramus charging in with that up smash, just trying to equalize the playing field, but that just leads to so much damage, because we're still talking about Palutena here. And Palutena in these early percents is just doing so much work. Ramu taking the high recovery to get back to stage, but that was 69. Nice.
Yeah,
damage.
And all that because he was like, again, trying to get back in that game quickly, and he just tried to eat more that he could chew. And that came back on his face, because 92% on the game, that was pretty even when you consider it up to now. That's not a good trade you would take.
All right. Oh, once again, limit blade beam, but a nice little dodge there, just disappearing and reappearing right behind it, you know. A little bit of a JoJo reference for you guys. That's the one. All right, Ton. Once again, nice conditioning the air dodge right there, and catching that with a grab. Ramu just making it back with a nice air drift into the climb hazard, but now off stage. The Ton goes. Palutena not getting off the corner just yet. Ramustelija holding that down, but one mistake could potentially be fatal, but Ramustelija makes it work, and now has the neutral, has potential, because he has limit, he has the damage. If he can connect it, 30% just from that.
This is the beginning of a story I see here. Again, the Abiatoshi. I think we got everything that goes by the book up to now. We had the Abiatoshi, we had the backers, we had the back throw, we had everything going on, except this one. Yeah.
Okay, well, can we talk about how far that dash protect Cloud. That almost killed from Ramu right there on that. That was ridiculous, but even more ridiculous, of course, is that side B from Palutena, using it as Torn falls down, you know, just trying to cover Ramu charging as he did.
Yeah, again, you get used by, you get helped by the game a bit like here with that side B, kind of going, like locking on the opponent if it's in range. And yeah, taking the kill here was interesting because the whole momentum was going onto Ramu's side.
Yes.
As we were saying, he nearly got the kill before. He was using that rage to the fullest. And yeah, he was that close on making the comeback.
It was turning really quickly.
He does announce a lot of good stuff for the remaining part of the set, because this was only game 1.
Oh yes, and there's more to come, baby. This might just be a game 5 for sure. And let's not forget,
for it.
Oh, 100%, my guy. But let's not forget, like, both of these are like really heavy hitters. It is Ramu. I'm trying to search like what place he was in. He's definitely PR'd on the newly released Finnish PR, as is Ton on the Norwegian PR, 3rd on that one. So both these players definitely know what they're doing to a very high level.
And high level we are witnessing here, as we've seen before, they both went for panic option on the first game. Now what we're expecting is adaptation from both sides. Here, again, you can see Ramustelija has a problem cutting back on the terrain. Ton is just there to annoy him. Finally, he can get through and get into the center of the stage. But look at the damage already done, 100%. And you're on a platform against a Palutena. You don't want to be in those situations.
Yeah, but I feel like at some point you just have to accept that you're gonna eat like a lot of damage to start off. And they say, oh, I'm just gonna play it, you know, from the 100%, and then it's just gonna play it from there, you know. Because it is Palutena after all, even after the nerfs, even after that, it is still such a good character. And look at these safe moves, nice roll distance there, good spacing from Ton as well, and Ramustelija falling for it and getting that shield slapped into his face.
Yeah, and just last time, he needs to be wary, because when he was a bit behind, he tried to pull that trigger quite quickly and got punished for it. So now he needs to keep his patience, keep being calm a bit here, try to punish again the option of Ton, just had to grab out of shield we just saw, and he needs to get back in there little by little, not forcing interaction, just punishing every approach of Ton. Because if he does come in, you could be sure that Ton is going to have a field day with those nair loops, with that Palutena attacks we love to talk about.
Alright, there's
that works. Give me 60! Give me 70! Give me 80!
Is that 80? Oh, no 80. Well, it is instead, and I must be turning it around. Well, 77, it's close to 80, we'll take it for sure. As will Ton like to keep this damage going right now, but Ramu, as you said, you know, he has to find the patience to not get clipped by any of these combo starters, right? Because if you attack the shield like that, you're just asking for it, really, is what you are. What they dodge under the blade beam as well.
Fortunate dodge, I would say. Going for the down tilt here, going low profile against the side. All planned, baby. All according to the Finnish Keikaku. Now, for now, even though it's a game, again, he did manage to get back in there and look at the limit. He's in a kind of good situation because he can actually try to bait the charge of the limit just to get a kill now. And here, you want to get one hit before going onto the side B or the Nutoba to get the kill.
I love the teleport jukes coming out from Ton right now. Really just confusing to a degree Ramustelija and forcing him to do some unorthodox options which Ton then punish, right? So he's going for that right now. Ramustelija just getting some good damage to 150, and this now is getting really frustrating for Ramustelija because that stock is just not going to fly because Ton is just playing this super safe. And as I say that though, the spacing on the forward tilt is excellent for Ramu.
Yeah, did you see the spacing and the movement of both players? They are just in that lead. Oh, again, a caught on a bad DI here by Ton. Perfectly done. I think we are aware to expect a game going on to the last stock, 0% on both sides, because these players are even for sure. Yeah, look at the movement and the placement they have. Before going obviously onto 0% loops that we've seen already, they usually go into that room where they can actually react to the movement of the other if they went for the offensive option. And they both have very safe options, such as a back air on both sides. Hence why it's always going back and forth, and like if one of them take the advantage on the first interaction, the other one going to take the advantage on the second one.
Exactly. I love how they play around their burst range, right? And the interesting part about that is that the burst range actually changes for the Cloud as soon as he gets limits. That is something that Ton has has to be really like aware of if that ever happens.
I really think Ramu should play around it, charge his limit a bit more, make that danger, the danger of a limit more present. Here, for example, you should...
Oh yeah, well, he tried.
He tried, yeah. A+ for effort, I guess. But now how do you get back on the... Oh,
yeah,
reverse. I think he went for the down tilt on the other side because the idea was good. And again, if we think about the DIs Ramos had up to now, he could actually catch him off guard with back afterwards.
Yeah. How far is that going to get? What? Taunt on the platform. What the hell is going on? That is the hardest mix-up I've ever seen.
Is it also part of the Finnish Keikaku we're talking? Yes, it is!
All right.
Yes, well, it is!
That is some conditioning game if I ever saw one. What is that? Gets the dash deck to finish it off, and that is kind of sting as well. Like that is
all planned, baby.
Yeah, it's all, definitely all planned. Like that is. That's some new level of gameplay, I'm telling you, man.
Well, we shall see what happens next. For now, Ton can still do it. We've seen again, the game was being pretty even up to the last interactions. And I think that if he does keep his calm a bit more, considering again, we talked about the pressure of that limit.
Yes.
If you were to use his projectiles in the kind of situation just as he did up to now, it could be more interesting and more in his favor because overall in neutral, he's the one with the explosive flame, he's the one with the theoretical, and we didn't see that much explosive flames in this game compared to the first one. So maybe try to mix up your tools a bit more, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because the explosive flame in general is such a good tool against the limit, because to charge limit, you have to stand still. And if you stand still, you're gonna get explosive flamed in your face.
Exploded, yes.
Yes. So, and that is what Ton used to actually win the first game too, because Ramu was standing at roll distance, charging limit, right?
And look at him already starting the beginning, beginning the game with a huge theoretical in the face. So yeah, and now, oh, what? Did it win against the dash attack?
Yeah, you only have the invincibility on the shield, right? So if you slam from above, it still hits.
Indeed. Yeah. Now what? What are you going to do? Edge guarding, yes,
I like the mix-up from Ramu, but he's still kind of stuck, and you're going to be stuck for a long time. Of course, the limit is going to help in that case with the mobility, but the hitbox completely missing means that Ton gets a nice little start on the neutral air, but Ramustelija actually freeing himself from that situation. And right back to neutral we go.
Yeah, again, as you said, and you can see Ton resetting the whole neutral just to get back onto those theoreticals. You can be sure that in those kind of burst range of Cloud, he's going to use those dash attack and back as one of the other, and if he's going far away, he's going to use the theoretical. But for now, for the first time, I think Ramustelija can actually get a kill. No, he pulled the trigger too quickly here with that side B. Finally, Ton get back in there, but the rollout will be called out by Ramustelija, taking a kill with that slash quite quickly, and I think for the first time he's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, both of these players are calling out each other very nicely. It was first it was Ton like juking Ramu, you know, at the ledge with the teleport back to the ledge, and it was Ramu trying to catch that teleport in, and then it was Ramustelija calling out the roll. But look at those calls, that's still coming with that forward step. The wings are coming out. Now Ton is trying to fly high as he slaps Palutena with those feathers, but instead it's Ramu actually turning around as well into the dash attack. Oh my goodness, now.
I don't like where this is going.
Oh yeah, once again, you know, Ramustelija staying at one point on the map and then getting explosive flame forward, and a nice catch on the landing from Ton is going to seal that stock, but you cannot stand still against Palu.
You cannot indeed. And here Ton, however, did manage to catch the air dodge with that multi-hitter up here. That was perfect because he needed to stop the blinking quickly. Already 108%. Sure does he got those tools again, that Palutena attacks, to get back in there, but he need to find the string going, because for now, yeah, there we go, give me 30. Okay,
oh, high potential for a little bit of a limit climb hazard there, but Ramustelija not committing to it, of course, wants to keep the limit for mobility as well. DI in, definitely ill-advised right there, burns the double jump early, but get out of the situation. Limit blade beam is going to provide the safety for a reset, but still lots of damage out of Ramu as he finally gets the stock off, but there is one more for Ton right here.
Yeah, and again here, finding that roll in and punishing it with a good dash attack, just as he went for the up smash before. This is a huge call out, and Ton needs to adapt it there. Just stop going for this defensive option when you're in that burst range, because Ramus just got a ticket in your brain now.
Yeah, now of course Ramu still holding on to two stocks, and now Ton, as you said, Ramu might be into Ton's head right now, but a nice roll through Ramustelija, a little bit too greedy on that one, I would say.
And that's the second time, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it could be actually, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's getting a bit overconfident on his reads there, and he's getting punished accordingly. Again, I want to see Ton going for those nair loops. There we go. Another one. Oh, this is good too. Give me 60. Give me 80.
Just extends it, right?
Yes!
Gets the back air as well. Now Ramu off stage without a jump, but uses the limit to get back to stage. And that is very important right here because he was in actual real danger to just lose the stock right then and there. Instead, he's going to make his way back. The back was going to help out as well. Look at that back at the angle is absolutely disgusting.
You
gets
don't.
the air dodge, but he cannot make the distance. Ton is going to take the second game.
Yeah, close call for Ton here. Obviously, didn't manage to incentivize on that one base he got. Because after that nair loops, he just sent him out of stage and just did everything he could to keep him out of the stage. This is, as we said before, the beginning of the set. This is the moment you can actually put Cloud in a very dire situation. And he did the most out of it. Obviously, trying to cover the platform, because it was there, so he needed to be up there in case Cloud wanted to go again for nair dodge up there, as we've seen before in the set. So yeah, he did the most out of one situation. Props to him winning what a game that seemed to go the other way around when you think about the way it started.
Definitely, and I think this is just the start of the mind game shenaniganery that we might see, because both of these players, more than any other player we've seen so far on the stream, really seem to be for those heavy callouts, right? Like the dash back or dash forward up smash just to read a roll or something, committing this hard.
Nice.
And both of these players are doing it, even soon as bringing out the Palutena smashes, which usually players shy away from.
Yeah, but he used as punish again, Poo call out those huge, how to say, those huge comets from the side of Ramus. We've seen him go for those dash attack quite a few times. I think it connected like half of the time. Which is a good percent way.
Passing trade, yeah.
Yeah, but next time go for it when you're not at killing percent, I guess. Oh, what?
Yeah, and this one was, that was what I was talking about. Ramustelija is a duo main of Sora and Cloud, so the Sora now coming out. And I think this is a good time as well, because it is... Wait, it is 2-1. Oh, damn. Well, okay, I take it back. I thought it was 1-1.
Yeah, it was 1-1 before.
Yeah, so this is not good a time. He should have brought out when it was 1-1. Instead, he's bringing that out now as like a last-ditch effort, which can be good if it works, but it's even worse if it doesn't.
Indeed, and here, cancelling the side B just after one shot is good because he wanted to mix up again his recovery here. Good catch by the explorer into autoretical. This is 3% damage. You're going to take those for sure. Again, more percent. I mean, for sure you're going to get back on the terrain with Ramus, but at what cost? Oh my Look at that!
Yeah, Down is just trapping him at the ledge right there. As you said, Ramus he can make it back. Right? Using these counters to get rid of the hitboxes, but it's not going to reflect anything, right? You're just not taking damage. You're still in that same situation you were before. Yeah. So Ramustelija now on the Sora has like good air mobility, but Ton has invincibility like on half of his moves. So what do you do?
Ramus just felt so confident and safe out of the stage that he didn't care about all the thing he took in the head, and that came back to bite him later on. Because look at that, when he's 27% on the full stock, Ton is having a field day. Because now he can just again close the game, force Ramustelija to approach as soon as he gets back on the stage. Yeah, just like this, he can just use his projectiles and force Ramustelija to get in there and try to find a kill.
But here we go.
Look at that again.
I was about to say, like, this should be like the strength of the Sora, that as soon as you get a hit, you have like these huge combos that drag you all across the stage. But Ramustelija is not really connecting any of these, and now actually blowing him off stage with these wings right there.
Obviously, he didn't want to connect the hit, right?
Yeah, obviously. So it is Sora, so he's going to make it back. The hit would have certainly been better, but these counters are coming through right nicely. These explosive flames are not quite doing it for Ton at the moment. Now, Rambo, how much can you do with this Sora? Because right now, you are down by quite a bit.
Yeah, indeed. A whole stock behind. And you can see that he's just having issues just to get back on the stage. And he's not even thinking about finding a kill yet. He's just trying to reset the whole situation because he's been at disadvantage for like a minute now. Okay, now
Okay, potential setup there. If he missed the tag, sure, but that is a kill setup right there. As you said, 1-2 into the up smash. Nicely done from Ramu, but I mean, like, that explosive flame was different, but that dash attack surely was as well. Very, very much unsafe on that shield, and of course, with the back throw and the back to the ledge as well. Not the call you want to go for.
Yeah, again, you see the pressure getting to Ramus, as we've seen, I think, in the second game here. Getting called out again on those huge comets here. That was a dash attack, as you were saying. This is one of the least safe option of Sora, and we're talking about a character that can just move around you without any issues. So yeah, going into that option just means that you want to get to the end of that game quite quickly, I guess.
Well, that seems to be the case. Definitely Ton wants to see the end of that game potentially in his favor, because that's definitely what it looks like right now. It would close out the set too. Ramu, a little bit of a dangerous call out there, going past ledge with the double jump, always a little bit risky, but of course you have these like swings that you can just go like drag with you. Basically those hitboxes are very long lasting as well. Almost calling out the grab right there, but
he's doing good callouts.
Yeah,
when he's not like overcommitting, he's doing good callouts, just as we said before with those up smash with Cloud on the roll out of Ton. And here he tried to cover them again, but just, I mean, what is interesting is that by moving on to Sora, he lost a few options that were quite safe compared to, for example, the dash attack and the back air of Cloud before. Now, what do you do when you're finally in that zone? You die.
You die. That is what's happening right now, and Ton takes a 3-1 over Ramu right there. Of course, this is also to winners, so Ramu is still going to be online as they as they're coming through. Great stuff from Ton, of course. But yeah, I would agree that the Sora pick really felt like he got rid of some of these burst options, like these fast burst options that Sora just doesn't have, which he really used quite effectively to punish these reads.
Indeed, he was using them so properly up to now that when you get rid of it, it means that you're feeling confident about something else, your game plan. And in the end, I think he was feeling so safe about his recovery, which was what was lacking when we consider what happened on the game 3. He wanted to get back on that stage safely, but he was feeling so safe that it kind of, again, came back at him. Well, now we got a Ton right now that's going to join us for the quick interview. My dear friend, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing pretty well.
So, how do you feel about the set?
I felt overall I played pretty shaky, especially at first. And Ramu played really well with his Cloud. Managed to space out with side Bs, using dash attacks. Not too much, but when he got the kill, obviously.
And those back airs, like
and back airs.
Forcing you to go to those grab out of shield and punishing you afterwards was great. Well done by him.
Yeah.
What do you think, like, was kind of on our mind right there? What do you think about the Sora switch? Because it kind of felt like it flopped a little bit.
Yeah. I know he's been going back and forth between the characters. And I think he said, or somebody told me that he said that he want to focus on Sora. Or he want to consider himself a Sora main. So he probably thought, okay, if I go down 2 games, I'll try out the Sora and see how it goes, right?
Yeah, maybe that way. I mean, we thought that because he got gimped on the recovery just beforehand, he was going to a safer way to get in there. But what we've seen is that he was feeling way too confident, like, to get back on the stage, and you were incentivizing with those autoreticals, explosive fame. So what do you think about those projectiles? Because this is the time I've seen the interaction between the counter and the explosive fame. So did you want to go out there and punish him, or were you just wanting, like, are you pleased with the way you play this matchup?
Like, if you think about the off-stage situations where he did counter, it's okay because it forces them to go a bit lower, and then I can get the 2-frame with down tilt. That's the main thing I want to try to do.
Okay,
so
well,
if not, he forces an air dodge or he gets hit by the explosive flame. So
it's true.
It makes sense, and I mean, you've been using these explosive flames very effectively. I loved it, especially these call-outs on the charges of the limit. Is that something you were like preparing for, or is it something that you just noticed as the game was evolving?
It's usually just like a habit I have that when my opponent's on stage trying to charge their thing or set up a certain type of a ledge trap, I can kind of interrupt that with explosive flames.
That is true, and specifically against Cloud, who doesn't want to get out there to punish you if you were to go for this. This is kind of a good option indeed. Well, congrats again. Now you're going to be facing, if I'm correct, Fairfrey that we've seen earlier. How do you think about the current the match that's upcoming?
Joker's pretty tough. Pfeiffer's really good. But I'm really excited to play him. We've never played in bracket before, actually. So it's going to be our first time.
Ooh. I thought you would have, actually.
I played Sun once.
Okay.
But never Pfeiffer.
Interesting. Well, it's going to be a first for both of you then.
Are you going to avenge Ravi now?
I'll do my best, for sure.
Anyway, thank you. Good luck for the upcoming match. And I hope to see you later on then.
Yeah,
thank
you so much.
Leave that.
This way.
All right, perfect.
So, yeah, we still have 2 more matches in winners round 1 to have to show you today, and the next one is one that I kind of like and kind of expected to see. So I'm quite pleased that we have it now, because if you look at the bracket, it was the 3rd one. I was like, oh, I'm going to miss it.
And you thought you would miss it, but you're not. It's a mix-up. That's a commentary mix-up right there. It's going to be Hope, the Swedish hero player, against Genny, of course, Finnish